G'day everyone, this afternoon I'm exploring one of my favourite streams to see whether there's any fish in it or not. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. You might be able to hear a car in the background. That's my wife Loretta. She's just dropped me off. She's going to go upstream probably 400 or 500 metres. There's a little sort of parking bay there and she'll park up there and wait and I'll fish my way up there. Yeah, this creek has been a favourite of mine for years. It's been on my channel heaps of times over the years. But this season it's been really bad. So I haven't fished it since about October, November. So today I'm just exploring to see whether or not any fish have made their way back into the creek. What was that? There was something up there in the grass. I thought maybe it was a snake. But whatever it was took off and jumped straight into the water. I wonder what that was. I was just about to open my mouth and say, gee, the water's very clear. It's low and clear. There was something just sitting there. And I just heard all the grass is sort of making a rustling sound and then a splash. Better be careful where I put my feet. I'm starting off with the Striped Tiger Micro Minnow in black caviar colour. It's been serving me well lately. It always serves me well this time of the year. Surely not in this hole. It's a bit deeper, this one. No follows. So far I've not seen a fish. The last time I fished here I did see a couple. What was the rings under there then? Oh, a fish came out. There is one. I've seen my first fish. He came out and look at it, only a real little one. It's only a real little fish. He came out and he had another go at it. He is really hidden under those reeds. A little one followed it, tiny little fish. He hit it too. It's only tangles. I've got to take some line off. It was only a small fish. I've seen a couple of smaller fish. I can't help but think that if I can find a bit of deeper water and a bit more cover, that I might be able to catch a fish. Oops. There's a follow there then. Look at the waves. He's following it. Something's following it. Yeah, you hit it again. Something else. It's very small. I've got a real quick glimpse of a trout about that long. I'm seeing a few small trout. That's a start. Well, I've seen a few small fish, so the signs are very encouraging, but I'm going to tell you what's going on with this creek. This used to be an awesome creek, but when we had the big bushfires in 2019, a lot changed, and since then, there's been a lot of this. Look at that, that's just sand, pure silt. This here and just up there used to be two really nice pools, and now they're both silted up, so the habitat's not as good as it used to be, and as a result, the fish holding capacity isn't as good. Also, a lot of the stream side vegetation burnt out. There's still plenty enough vegetation for bugs and stuff, used mostly in the way of blackberries, but there's a lot of trees and shrubs and bushes as well. But there's not a lot of shade, the big tall trees, there's not as many as what there used to be. I think what this creek needs, first and foremost, like all creeks in the region, we need a lot of rain. We need more rain. This needs a flood to try and wash out some of this silt and the sand in the bottom of the streams. It just needs for a bit more vegetation to grow on the sides, and I think it'll come back really well. But I've got a funny feeling this creek's not going to be very good for the next few years, unless we can get a really big flood and some good growth on the sides of the stream. There's a term that my friend Andy used. Andy just passed away recently, which was really sad, but Andy used to use the term holding capacity or carrying capacity. He said each stream's got a carrying capacity, and as long as it's really sandy and silted up like this, and this deep hole's really shallow, there's not the same carrying capacity that it used to have when the holes were deeper. Better habitat leads to more carrying capacity or more fish holding capacity, which leads to better fishing. There's a whole heap of black cockies up there, yellow-tailed black cockies. Heaps of them over there as well. Got him. Look at the size of him. I've seen a few this size. I'm going to leave him in the water and I'm going to see if I can get a photo. I can't believe I actually caught one that small. Alright, brown trout, see you later, mate. Off you go. He's a bit frazzled, but he'll be fine. As soon as I found a hole with a bit of depth, I can hear a little creek coming in from the right hand side there. Little feeder stream. Oh, a fish hit that. I felt it and I saw a flash. Looked very similar in size to the last one that I just caught. Here he comes, he's following it. Look, he's chasing it. He's too small. He's about the same size as the last one. Oh, this one, God, he was a bit bigger than the other ones. He was still only small, nowhere near big enough to keep. But he was bigger than the other ones that I've seen and the one that I caught. Very, very flighty though. Trout don't like to come right out into the open like this. And that fish came out from under that undercut bank over there in the shade. Oh, that was a better fish. I just got a really faint glimpse of a half decent trout there then. Oh no. There it goes, I just came down here, look, I can see it. There's a really nice trout there. It's looking for the lure's stuck on the tree. How do I get it off without spooking that fish? Look, he's still looking for it, look. He's looking for it. There's got to be a fish in there somewhere, surely. Oh, that was a fish, I just saw the boil. I felt the hit and then I saw the boil. Oh, let's touch. Oh, I saw him. Oh, very small one again. Oh, look at him, wow. They're like little 3-inch redfin, but they're 3-inch trout instead. I find myself constantly looking for ways out. And I can see there's a way out there if I need it. There's a way out just there if I need it too. Got him. Oops, over the rocks. Same size as the first one. Tiny Tim. What a ripper. See you later, mate. He's got one. Oh, two little ones. He came out of that pool just there. I've walked a fair way and you'll notice there's no silt up here where the water's a bit faster and it's cascading a bit more. Look, it's a fish. Whereas down there where the water's slower, it's a lot more silted up. That stretch of creek down there used to look like this, deep and rocky. Hopefully we can get a good flood to wash out some of that silt. Nice cast, Robert. Oh, I was fishing it too. Usually I like to keep my closing scenes below 20 seconds long if I can, but on this occasion it's going to be longer because I want to tell you what's happening with this creek, and it's quite exciting. But when I finish talking, I've got to get up that steep hill and walk all the way up the top there where Loretta will be waiting in the car. I've got this rather large pocket knife to help me cut my way through. Now, I fished this creek back in, I think it was about November, and I saw a couple and I hooked one small one, and that was it. I hardly saw any fish. Today I've seen quite a lot of fish. In fact, pretty much everywhere there should have been a fish, there was a fish. But they were all really small brown trout. I suspect those fish were here when I was here last time, but they were probably a lot smaller and I couldn't see them. They were too small to be following lures or too small to be caught, and as a result, the creek looked like it had no fish in it. But there are a healthy number of fish back in the creek, but they're just small. So the creek is recovering really well, and I suspect this is going to be the case for a lot of trout streams around the region at the moment. Now, what we need more than anything is rain, and lots of it. The more rain we get, the more food will be washed into the waterways. And the more food there is in these streams, the faster the trout will grow. Trout are one of the fastest growing freshwater species of fish in the world. If conditions are right, they can just grow at phenomenal rates. And if we can get a wet winter, these fish will all be quite a nice size by springtime. Anyway folks, this stream is recovering really well. I only caught 2 tiny trout, but this has really made my heart flutter seeing these fish back in the creek again. And I suspect that many other streams are going to be pretty much the same at the moment. Quite a few small fish with the prospects of some better fishing next season. It's been a tough season. We're getting closer to the end of the season, and the signs are good for next trout season, provided we can get a wet winter. Thank you all very much for watching.